In a sane society, in a sane country, you would have heard by now that the Senate President of Nigeria has resigned. Yes, now, when you look deep into the details, into the controversy currently ongoing between the Senate President and Natasha, Senator Natasha, distinguished Senator Natasha, you will understand that there is every need for the Senate President to pick up his pen and tender his resignation. This has nothing to do with if he's guilty or not at the moment. At least that should give room for investigation. But I took time listening to Senator Natasha on Arise News. I doubt if there's anything more to investigate. Looking at the lady's eyes and from the way she was sure about her words, she could not have been lying. But this is Nigeria. Looking at the position of the Senate President, he's the number 3 man in the country and he's an APC member. He belongs to a political party where all sins are always forgiven. So him resigning his position is out of the equation. Even if it is proven right now that he even slept with the woman as a married man, as a married woman, which is an abomination on this African soil, on the Nigerian soil. His supporters, some people, some powerful weeks will still tell you it was not a forceful entry, maybe the lady consented, all of that. He will still remain our Senate President. And Nigerians will do nothing about it. So tomorrow you ask why the country is not growing when people in position of authority are not even honorable. Now, let's look at it now. Why will Akpabio even attempt such a thing? Your friend's wife. Of all the women in the world, I swear, being a Senate President, if I'm a Senate President, not even the Senate President, as Senate President too big, there are levels you get to as a man. You know that women can be mere commodities. Yes, I'm not reducing who they are because I have a huge respect for my mother. I have a wife. I have daughters. But these are people you know when you are successful, your success attracts them. So why going for the one that is a wife to somebody that is dear to you? Someone that calls you a friend? This is terrible. I've been following this news since yesterday and I don't want to rush into talking about it until right now. I just felt like this woman is not lying. She couldn't have been lying. I look at her deep in her eyes. She's sure of everything she's saying. But the question is, what will happen? Even if she gives 1,000,001 evidence now, what will happen? Absolutely nothing. We are talking about Akpabio. We know who he is, right? And I know Akpabio supporters now will be coming after Senator Natasha. Don't go after that woman. That woman too fine. Senator Natasha is too beautiful that is good enough to tempt any man. But Akpabio, you hold a sensitive position as a Senate President. Make una dey show us example of leadership now. This knacking of a thing, na problem to so many men. Even at that level, at that age, Senator Akpabio, I don't understand. Now your friend wife, na co-senator. Now you don't turn down your advances. Look at the way they harass am for senators. Now Nigerians will want to believe that maybe she has done something really, really wrong. Now I know why the woman had the audacity to stand up against the Senate President without being bothered. So we can see that there was never a smoke without fire. Now that we know who our Senate President, we know before. Who doesn't know about Akpabio? He was the former governor of Akwa Ibom State. When he headed NDDC, we know the story. But because we are in a country where the law doesn't go after the rich, that's why he's in the Senate and as a Senate President. So this one that we are talking about now is not even the worst. But just that this is, how should I call it? Infidelity? I don't know. But in any case, in a sane society, Akpabio ought to have resigned.